courses. There's only 2 majors, not 3. Besides that, I'm involved in way too much around campus. I am the Business Operations Committee Chair on our the Student Union Executive Board. Basically, we have the last entirely student-run student union in the country. The students who make up the various branches of student government have complete control over the policies, budgets, administration of the student union. It's entirely like separate from the institution itself, which is very unique. At least it's very unique that's still around. Like that's still how we're running it. So I kind of run all of like the physical facilities of the.
So you're looking to budget for the different clubs and stuff?
Yep. Yeah. So in total, the students manage about $8 million in annual budgets. All of that comes through and ultimately gets approved by the student board of directors. But yeah.
What happens with the leftover money from that $8 million?
It goes into various, basically reserve accounts for future use for things like renovation, facilities, projects. I mean, it's run the same as really any business would be. It's just entirely different. Besides that, I'm also an EMT with our campus rescue squad, our ambulance. I am a camera operator for our Rpi TV, our campus ESPN affiliate station. Let's see. That's I'm the president of our Newman Catholic Fellowship, our Catholic student group on campus, and a member of a handful of other random clubs like our amateur radio club and things like that.
You have your own radio station?
What's that? Yeah, so we have WRPI, which is our broadcast radio station. So they do, you can tune to it on your car radio, 91.1, I believe, or sorry, 95.5, I think. I'm not 100% sure. They were, yeah. But that's entirely student run. They broadcast all over the area. They have 50,000 watts of power that they broadcast with, so you can hear them from quite a ways away. But we also have, I mentioned, I'm part of the amateur radio club. That is kind of a whole separate thing where we like build radios, and we can talk to other amateur radio operators all around the world. So that's kind of like the, you know, the movies where you have like the guy with the radio set that's talking to someone across the globe. That's what they do.
What's the farthest communication you've had with it?
So I mainly do line of sight communications because that's what I think is more interesting. So maybe 40 miles. But there's a couple people in our club who have talked like all the way around the globe. Right to the side of me is the Rpi Playhouse. That's where our campus theater group, the Rpi players, perform. To that side of me is the Russell Stage Dining Hall. We're going to see one of the other bigger dining halls in a moment. And then you also have the quad dorms. They were original dorms, but they're a little bit old again. We're going to see some of the freshman dorms here in just a minute. Green energy and sustainable design principles they invented when they were designing it. They hit the mark as far as the shape and design itself. Maybe not so much. Nowadays it's home to campus public safety. So if you ever get like locked out of your room and can't find your RA, they can let you back in, or you know, if you lose something, or I don't know, other issues. This photo right here is the Mueller Center. This is our campus gym. We have a handful of gyms. There's the 87 gym, which you may have seen on the academic center today, as well as the Mueller Center right here. Those are both part of the student union. And then there is a third gym up in our athletics complex, which is Campus Athletic Village, which is run by athletics. Passing through the Mueller Center, you'll get to the portion of the building that looks like a castle. That is the Armory. That is, among other things, home of our ROTC program. And then at the far end of the building, you also have the Robinson Pool, which is where our club and varsity swim teams practice, swim dive practices there, and all kinds of other groups.
So are all students have access to the gym?
Yep. Every student who is a member of the union. Being that it is entirely student run and separate from RPI, you can technically opt out of joining the union, and then you would lose access to things like the gym, but every student who is part of that gets access.
You have to pay a membership fee to the union?
Yeah, but all of like the student life stuff falls under that membership fee, so it's no different than going to another school and having to pay for like, you know, whatever student activities.
So it's just kind of you pay with your tuition type of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's listed separately, like on the tuition bill. It's broken out from it because it goes to different people, but otherwise it's the exact same. Yeah, so there's the main floor that is all like cardio equipment. Basement level is all giant floor of just weight equipment. Top floor there's a yoga studio, a dance studio, and a class where they do various wellness related things. It's a pretty good sized gym. It's open most of the hours that people would want to use it. We're also trying to expand the hours right now. We're trying to figure out when students would want to go if we made it open more. And frankly, we're struggling to find hours that actually make sense to keep it open. Back in this lot, you might see a garage door over there, a white one with red lettering on it that says RSAS. That's the Rensselaer Student Auto Shop. We have like 5 clubs on campus that build cars. 4 of them race them against other schools. They all meet, they have a mechanic shop up the road. But back there is Rensselaer Student Auto Shop, which is the other club that builds cars. They do car shows. They have a full service mechanic shop back there that they run that's open to students. They have, they'll host car shows. They do just all kinds of kids' cars. It's really cool group that they got there. Next to it, you'll see this tan building. That's home to Rpi Ambulance, our campus rescue squad. So we have a, again, student-run EMS agency. When you call 911, they show up. It's entirely free of charge to students, like even being transported to the hospital completely free. So it's also kind of cool. As we walk up onto this hill right here, this is what we call Freshman Hill. It's where all but one of the freshman dorms are, so everyone's kind of close together. In the middle of the hill, you'll find the Commons Dining Hall. That is the biggest dining hall and kind of the main one. The Russell Sage Dining Hall is very similar and just a little bit smaller, and that's the other one that a lot of people go to. As far as yep. So there are a total of 9 buildings on this hill. 9 residential buildings on the hill, or sorry, 10 residential buildings on this hill. There's one more freshman building up by the athletics complex, and then there's other buildings for sophomores and other years scattered around the rest of the area. But as far as housing options up here, we have kind of everything you can think of. There are singles, doubles, triples. There are suites, so multiple rooms attached together. There are ensuite bathrooms. There are floor bathrooms. There are apartment-style houses. There's a style over there that's 6 single rooms attached to 1 shared common room, but it still has 4 bathrooms for some reason. There is townhouse style, which is up by the athletics complex. There are literal just townhouses up there that we have available as dorms. So if you can think of a style of housing, we probably have it. There's a lot of variety, a lot of options.
What you rattled through, is that for all 4 years, or like coming as a freshman?
Coming in as a freshman, you pretty much have all of those options. Yeah. The townhouse style is only for sophomores. Okay. Once you get beyond sophomore year, you kind of get limited down to just apartment style. The traditional dorms kind of dwindle at that point because nobody.
So what apartment style? So they're still on campus? Yeah,
they're still on campus, but it's like living in an apartment just on campus. A lot of people do choose to move off campus junior and senior year.
A lot, you mean like more than half of the students?
Probably, I would definitely say that. The off-campus housing around here is certainly affordable. My rent for the top floor of a house was $600 a month. 600 a month for my rent. So I was renting the top floor.
And then you need a car.
Honestly, I could walk from there pretty easily. It was, honestly, to get to my classes from my on-campus apartment was out the same walk it was to get to my classes to my dorm when I lived on Freshman Hill. So
you can still have pay for the meal plan at the
you still can. You don't have to, but and we'll take a look at what all the options are in here. It is a Sunday, it's kind of between meal times, so there's a little bit less food out. This hour. Have a showcase which used to be all like kind of Pacific food. There's a vegan station, the entree station, which is the typical home meals. There's a salad bar. We'll also have
that's why all those servers are grass.
We'll have a